Breaking news, in fact, coming in right now. Let's very quickly shift across to this Vizag gas leak related news. The LG Polymer India Private Limited has requested the Ministry of Home Affairs for airlifting 500 kilogram of para-tertiary butyl. This is a chemical which from the Daman airport to Visakhapatnam to avoid any further unforeseen reaction due to the leakage of the styrene gas. The MHA instantly has instructed the airlifting of the chemical. Kamaljeet, my colleague, joining us with more details on this. Kamal, now, preventive measures for to avoid any further, in fact, distress as far as Visakhapatnam is concerned are being taken. What is the government and how much time is it going to take for these chemicals to reach Visakhapatnam?
Well, the good news, Ankit, is that these chemicals, we've been told this is called the Para-tertiary catechol or the PTBC. These are chemicals which are required for prevention of any further leakage. They were picked up today, 500 kgs from Daman, and thereafter this particular aircraft also has picked up a team of 6 experts from Pune, and they are on its way to Vizag and perhaps would have reached at this point of time. So crucial help coming in from the center, sending a plane and flying in. We've been told G. Kishan Reddy as well as Home Minister MHA are the ones who actually prompted this entire thing. But remember, it is Home Minister as well as the Prime Minister who've been constantly speaking to the State Chief Minister, Jagan Mohan Reddy. They assisted them, saying center will provide any sort of help. But crucially, this is a double whammy because one, this happened well past the midnight, and this is obviously also a time of COVID. So central assistance came in the form of the NDMA, the NDRF, even the teams of CISF who were provided there. But clearly, relief and rescue are one bit. The other is the criminal investigation, and third is to provide any sort of assistance. Now, remember, this is a post-lockdown sort of a situation.
All right.
Where some factories were opening up, and this is come at a time. So investigation will have to be carried out whether there is any negligence. But at this point of time, center really stepping in and providing that sort of assistance, and that 500 kg of chemical extremely essential, that assistance extremely essential at this point of time.
Okay, thank you, Kamal, for joining us with all those details. And remember, Visakhapatnam is, if I'm not mistaken, in red zone. So there will be a lot of question asked on what was the protocol, how was this factory working according to the protocol as far as the COVID precautions are also concerned. What were the number of people, those who were working? But to answer a few questions, let me very quickly go across to my colleague Anusha, who is joining us from Visakhapatnam. She is, in fact, just around the site where the gas had leaked. Anusha, just give our viewers a sense. It happened at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. A considerable amount of hours have passed. Is there now a sense of control as far as the authorities are concerned?
This incident occurred at 2:30 p.m. Even though there was no siren after the smell started coming in the nearby residents, but the residents themselves came out of their houses, started running to the fields and other nearby places and to safer places. But the people started falling down, they fainted. Many people who went for morning walk and for newspapers started fainting on the roads, after which immediately then the cops were alerted and the NDRF teams were called from nearby districts as well. Until afternoon, there was a lot of chows nearby that area surrounding the LG Polymers. However, now there's a little bit of betterment in that area and people have calmed down. However, many people are still walking towards safer places because many of the people are still at their home scared to go somewhere else because because they have heard of some theft nearby the houses because of
so there is a lot of
in
misinformation
the nearby
also,
areas.
in fact, going around right now, and people extremely about what is actually happening in and around Visakhapatnam, specifically around the area where the gas leak took place. Now, styrene gas is a colorless, odorless gas, and it is extremely toxic. What I want to now show you is the impact. How is this gas, in fact, which is widely used in the plastic industry, how does it impact your body? What you see right now, the gas, the first blow, or the first impact of the gas, if it is inhaled, if it is leaked, is in the upper respiratory region, and it affects, the impact is irritation, burning of the chest, and all this is in your upper respiratory region of a human being. What happens after that? The second blow, wheezing and air hunger, gasping. I mean, it just makes you breathless. You're not able to breathe properly. The entire area around lungs, your windpipe, all that is affected. Now, the third blow is the muscular weakness and abrupt paralysis in just 3 minutes of exposure of this gas can be extremely lethal. You can, in fact, as you saw in those visuals, people just dropping down and fainting. Fourth blow is a full-blown respiratory paralysis. This is where the things become extremely deadly. Lungs choke, your entire respiratory system completely paralyzes, and this can, in fact, be a deadly blow. And the worst is the comatose state. It affects your brains, and then, of course, people are put into a comatose coma sort of a situation. The sixth impact is death from oxygen deprivation, and that is exactly what the doctors were also saying, that there is no antidote to reverse the effect of this gas. All that you have to do is try and give oxygen to make sure that people who are facing difficulty in breathing, they do not in fact die because of lack of oxygen. If non-fatal cases, neurocardio, genetic and cancerous effects can also in fact take place. So whatever happens today, there could be long-lasting effects as far as this gas is concerned. I also very quickly want to put out a few big questions, because before, in fact, we talk about politics, the Chief Minister announcing what is happening, there are a few important questions that needs to be answered. Number one is there has to be accountability fixed. Who is responsible for this deadly leak? There has to be, whether it is the company, the LG, or the government, somebody will have to take responsibility. Isn't the company liable for lack of maintenance? A valve, which is there to maintain the pressure as far as this very important deadly toxic gas is concerned. It just burst. So there is some problem as far as the maintenance is concerned. Why did the alarm not go off? This is a very important question. Was it switched off deliberately, or did it malfunction? This has to be answered in the probe. 11 people, ladies and gentlemen, have lost their life. Should there be criminal action against the company? Because there have been reports which are coming in that proper environmental clearances were not taken. Should there be now a criminal action initiated? Have we learned nothing from the big industrial, in fact, tragedies of this country? And was the plant working without proper environmental clearances? The report suggests that the plant did not have the clearances from the government of India. They bent the rules. They used the state government rules to try and get the plant into a working condition. All this has to be, in fact, now probed. And how did the government agencies fail in the oversight of the gas plant's condition? If the maintenance was an issue, isn't there a proper body from the government of Andhra Pradesh which is supposed to take care of what is happening at such plants? Now, hours after the tragedy, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy went to Vizag. He met the people, those who have been affected, and the Chief Minister also announced 1 crore rupee ex gratia for those who lost their life in the tragedy. 1 lakh also for those people, those who are hospitalized. He said that the gas leak effect will be analyzed in the nearby villages, and the medical camps will also be set up in the areas. The Chief Minister visited the hospitals, and meanwhile, politics also started on this entire issue. TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu has written to the centre seeking a thorough inquiry into the leak. He also demanded LG Polymers unit to be shut. Prime Minister Modi also had chaired an emergency meeting on the gas leak.
But they knew very well that they were dealing with hazardous chemicals. They should have been extra careful to understanding, and especially since it was a prolonged lockdown. 30 days the factory had not worked. They could have, the gas, the pipelines could have corroded. They should have done a much thorough check, and which we have asked them to do this thorough checks. And we actually told them do a self-certification even before we start this. In our, we think that the management should be held responsible for what has happened of the gas leaking out. And certainly, I think our Chief Minister has been very clear. However big it is, we will be very stringent, and we find if there has been a lacuna on their part.
Fortunately, it's not a lethal kind of a gas. It's only that high doses of intake of it may lead to, fatalities. But so therefore, it's not of that kind of a serious concern. We will be investigating how did this happen. So our Honorable CM has also ordered for an inquiry. Our teams are already on the ground, but special teams, forensic teams from Vijayawada is also being sent there too.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.